You know that feeling? Like you're constantly exhaustingly fighting your own brain. Well, welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving deep into the hidden mechanics of your mind to map out exactly how to take back control of your actions and your thoughts. If you've ever felt trapped in your own head, you're in exactly the right place. Let's just bypass the usual tired self-help advice for a second. I want to hit you with a pretty stark question. What if your lack of discipline and your overthinking are actually the exact same problem? What if they both stem from a fundamental misunderstanding of how your internal engine is actually built to run?
Validating this simple structural truth is the absolute key to unlocking both your focus and your peace of mind. Society loves to tell you that struggling to focus or constantly ruminating means you're just weak or flawed, but it's not a character flaw at all. It's a design conflict between your ancient biology and your modern life.
Which brings us to Section 1. The illusion of discipline.
Think of this as a literal war happening inside you. On one side, we have your biological hardware. It evolved over millions of years to conserve energy, seek quick rewards, and survive. It genuinely wants you to sit on the couch, because sitting saves calories. On the other side, we have modern software, and that demands long-term discipline, constant productivity, and delayed gratification. Forcing discipline through pure willpower, it's like trying to override millions of years of evolution with a motivational quote. It just doesn't work. See, your brain isn't rational. Honestly, it's just incredibly efficient. This is known as cognitive ease. It naturally, unconsciously pulls you down the path of least resistance. Opening TikTok instead of studying, that delivers instant, guaranteed dopamine for absolutely 0 calories. So procrastination isn't some moral failure. It's just your brain successfully running its default energy-saving mode.
Let's move on to Section 2. Environment defeats willpower. As habit expert James Clear points out, if you're relying on motivation, you're literally fighting your brain's natural structure. Fatigue is always going to win. And when you're tired, your brain instantly defaults right back to that autopilot of cognitive ease.
And this brings us to a massive paradigm shift: choice architecture. It's about becoming the strategic engineer of your physical space. Don't try harder to wake up. Put your running shoes right by the bed. Don't rely on self-control to stop scrolling. Use app blockers and physically hide your phone. You have to design an environment where doing the right thing requires far less energy than doing the wrong thing. Make discipline an inevitable consequence of your environment. Okay, Section 3. Hack your habit loops. Your brain already runs on these automatic loops: cue, routine, reward. I mean, you brush your teeth every morning without thinking about it, right? Habit stacking lets you hijack those existing routines. By anchoring a new habit right onto an old one, creating what's called a neural coupling, like meditating for 2 minutes immediately after you brush your teeth, you totally bypass the mental friction of starting from scratch.
Procrastination is really just a symptom of a poorly designed system. If you're putting off a task, it's because you haven't applied these 4 laws of behavior change. You have to make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, make it satisfying. If a task is hidden, boring, hard, or unrewarding, you're going to avoid it. Fix the design, and you fix the procrastination.
Now for Section 4, the overthinking paradox.
If you're a chronic overthinker, I'm sure you've been told a million times to just quiet your mind. But pioneering psychologist William James viewed this totally differently. Your mind doesn't have a volume problem, it has a channel problem. That intense perception, that ability to see 10 steps ahead, it isn't a disorder. It's an incredible asset that simply lacks a proper destination to flow toward.
To truly understand why your mind races, we have to look at William James's concept of the fringe. Every single thought you have arrives with this dense halo of connections and implications attached to it. For an intense mind, this fringe is just incredibly thick. Every thought brings 10 more attached to it, creating this massive, fast-moving stream of consciousness with absolutely no natural exit. You aren't crazy. Your brain is just processing way more of reality at once.
But there is a vast difference between a mind paralyzed and a mind empowered. Rumination is your mind circling endlessly, pulled by anxiety without ever actually landing anywhere. The goal, though, is reasoning. William James called this sagacity, the ability to look at a totally overwhelming situation, pause, and extract the one single essential element you need to solve. You have to convert all that noise into sharp, analytical reasoning.
Section 5. Give thoughts a destination. It really all comes down to attention.
Passive attention is a reflex. It's when your mind gets hijacked by unresolved threats or anxieties and it just locks on. But you must shift to active attention. You have to deliberately choose the exact problem you want to aim your mind's intensity toward. Don't try to stop thinking, that's impossible. Redirect that incredible cognitive firepower.
The absolute best way to do that is to externalize the loop. Verbal thought inside your head just moves way too fast to examine. By writing the core thought on paper and mapping out all the surrounding fears, you literally force your mind to produce an examinable output. You take this infinite, terrifying loop of anxiety and you give it visible edges. Once it has boundaries, you can finally aim your mind at a specific, solvable question, instead of just dread.
Finally, Section 6. Forge your new identity. This brings us to perhaps the most profound takeaway of this entire explainer. Your future isn't defined by fleeting motivation or sudden bursts of enthusiasm. It is determined entirely by the automated systems you fall back on during your worst, most exhausted days. The deepest level of change happens when your internal narrative shifts. True discipline isn't actually a goal, it's just a side effect. It's a natural reflection of an identity change. You stop being someone who tries really hard to be good, and you start being someone who simply sets up their environment so success is the default option.
So how do you change that identity? Through action. Every single time you design your environment to make reading easier by leaving a book on your pillow, or every time you stop a spiral by writing a looping thought on paper, you're casting a vote. You prove to yourself with undeniable evidence that you are the architect of your own success. You're directing your biology rather than constantly fighting it.
So, as we leave the exhausting realm of willpower behind and step into the power of architectural systems, I want you to ask yourself right now, what is the very first habit you are going to redesign today? Don't wait for tomorrow's motivation. Change your environment today. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and we'll see you next time as we uncover more blueprints for the mind.